Hey all you Zeds hunters out there. It's a while ago since I made my last playthrough of Dawn of the Zeds, and since I'm still playing this great game, I thought why not set up a camera for another playthrough. This is set up for a standard scenario, so it's 44 event cards, and as usual, no rules explanation, I'm just going through it. You need to know the rules to follow along. So I already prepared some basic stuff. We have the fate cards. I'll shuffle them. Place them up here. I chose my starting character, which is Professor AG. She's already here. And another 3 characters are chosen randomly. Please hold your thumbs for good characters like Colonel Kingman. Well, okay. Deputy Schmidt, yes sir. And Hernandez. Thengare Hernandez. Well, I don't like him, but I'll take him. I have to take him. So let's go for Schmidt. Looking for my character tokens here. Colonel Kingman and Major Hernandez. Here he is. Schmidt, Kingman and Hernandez. I guess I have to read some of those. Okay, I think I already. Traffic control, the speech, gunfire, fire +1, keys to the city. Okay, we'll get there. We have the civilian counters. I just mixed them here. And I'll start on the forest track. The strength 4 civilians. I'll keep going in the mountain track, just clockwise. Strength 2, highway track, strength 3, the Beauville, the suburbs track, strength 2, and the other East Iraq, strength 3, that's cool. And we have 2 strength 2 civilians left. For the town center, we have our 2 Green Diamond security guards, and the town center for this place, it's the strength 3 guys, and then we have the outpost, the strength 4 guys. That's a good start. Then we need supply points. We have supplies 3. That's not very much. And we have ammunition 5. So we have to do something to get supplies because I want to build barricades as soon as possible. And I guess we're ready to go. So, no, we're not ready to go. We need some Zeds. So my Zeds are sleeping in this bag. And I'll draw the first one for the forest track. It's strength 7. The next one for the mountain track, it's a strength 2. The highway track, strength 5. The tunnel track, strength 4, and the suburbs track, strength 5. Now we're ready to go. Let's start with the first event card. It is a secret hatch is discovered. Rangers, raiders, refugees movement 0. Outbreak on a 9. No. Consume supplies, yes, very bad. And we're starting with a double Zeds movement in the suburbs track, which is bad because these civilians are unprotected. So first move and second move. Increase infection, and they're attacked greater than, but since they're in a namespace, it's the equal to. Let's see how this turns out. An 8 is, well, 2 hits for the civilians and they retreat. So they are turned to strength 2, 1 hit to the Zeds unit, and they stay in town, and the villagers pack their bags and move to Farmingdale University. And we have our first chaos marker. Bad start here. Better get some barricades. Next is movement in the tunnel track. Goes like this. And we have chaos track and the chromotex lab. And in the action phase, we place the secret hatch, and we'll place it in the forest track on number 5. It's here and now it's connected to this spot. And we have exactly 1 action. This is not very much, and I think I want to build barricade for 2 supplies. I know I'm at 0 supplies, and either here at Farmingdale or here, because I know the movement 2 cards for the highway track are coming along pretty early. Okay, so I think I'll build a barricade here. I hope you can see it, or I just may lay it down, so that's better for the camera. That's the first turn. Second turn. Stocked barn discovered. That's what we need. Rangers, raiders, refugees. The refugees can move 1 space to Beauville. Outbreak on a 6+, no. Consume supplies, no. The Zeds move in the mountain track, getting closer. And we have 4 actions. And if a friendly unit ends the action phase in the farm space, roll 1d6 and increase the supply points. That's awesome. So we want to send someone to the farm space. Let's see. How about Kingman? First action, Kingman will move 1, 2, 3, 4 to the farm space. Then I would love to build more barricades, but I don't have any supplies and I want to wait for Kingman for his roll. So I'm gonna move the Green Diamond security guards here to Dr. Matu's office. I just like to have them there. And we have to do something against these guys. Maybe send Deputy Schmidt down. On the other hand, he doesn't have ranged attack. This, I forgot how it's called. To shoot 2 distance, shoot over 2 field. I think I'll move AG here, and I will start to research. It's at no cost at the moment, and I need a 3+, which should be possible, so we are at research level 1. Now, at the end of the turn, we roll farm space. Let's see how many supplies we get. I'd like to roll a 6. Well, a 4, that's okay. Next turn. Well-armed civilians. Place the well-armed civilians marker on any civilians or special civilians unit. Where is it? There is it. And gets a +1 shift when attacking or defending. And maybe, yeah, why not? I'll put it on, let's say if I have a barricade here, they would be double, equal, well-armed civilians less. Okay, let's try it. I'll put the well-armed civilian marker on these civilians. And no raiders, rangers, refugees movement, no outbreak, consume supplies, yes. Then the Zeds move in the forest track, they are pretty strong too. Their strength 7 sets, and I have 3 actions. 4. The first action, I will build another barricade exactly here. Then I'd like to have another barricade here. Okay, I have someone forage in the town center for some for supplies. It's a 3, and if I remember correctly, add 1 to all foraged action die rolls in town center spaces. That's Hernandez's special ability. And I think I will... That was the second action, sorry. And for the third action... I will research again. AG researches with 2 dice on a 4. Yes sir, we're on level 2 on the research track. So that's turn 3. Let me check the camera for a second. Yeah, I once did a recording for an hour and it stopped. I don't want to have that again. Here we go. Supply room discovered. Wow, that's cool. So, on our R phase, no movement. Outbreak, nothing. Consume supplies, nothing. That's great. Movement on the highway. Track these guys are getting closer. And we have 3 actions. And if a friendly unit ends the action in the mall district space, receive 4 supply points. That's great. That will be our first action. I'll just move some civilians up there. And since I know I get 4 supply points, I'll use another action to build, and 2 supplies to build a barricade. And this barricade is built here on the forest track. 7 against 4. I'd like to have a barricade there. And then 1 action left. And I will move the green diamond security guards down here. I'm trying to get closer to, this is kind of my standard setup, someone to forage here, have the strength 4 guys here and build a barricade, have barricades over at all places, at all tracks. So I think I'm getting closer here. End of the turn, I get 4 supply points which I find in the mall district. The civilians find supplies in the mall district. Next is the doctor is in RRR phase and nothing. Outbreak phase. At the beginning of the outbreak phase, roll 1d6. That's a 3. That means Dr. Matus, this evil guy here, appears in the tunnel space together with the Ravagers. Yes, are these guys. And that's it. No outbreak, no consumed supplies, and then a lot of movement. The Zeds on the highway track move into Ingeborg. Infection is raised by 1, and they are 5 against 3, so greater than, but since we have a barricade, it shifted to a less than roll. Let's see how this attack turns out. A 3, that is awesome! This is 3 hits on the Zeds, so they are immediately switched to their weaker side and they retreat. Then we have movement on the mountain track. The Zeds move up there and create chaos. And then movement on the tunnel track. The Ravagers, let's see if they move. They are in the catacombs and they will move. Normally they move up to Dr. Matus' office where they will meet the green diamond security guards. The infection is increased by 1, but they are 1 against 4, so it's a 1/3 roll on 9. This is 2 hits to the Ravagers and they retreat. Here we are, 2 hits. Time for a barricade here. Then I have 2 actions. Actually, a barricade is more important over there, because at the moment... Oh wait, sorry, we had movement in the tunnel track, so these guys are all also moving down here. A mistake. But it's more important to build a barricade here, because they are still at strength 1. So I will, for 1 action and 2 supply points, build a barricade. I could use the next supply points, but I don't want to, because maybe we have a consume supply action, but I could. Okay, I'm fine here. I'm fine here. This one I can sort out next turn. This one, well, we'll see what happens here. They are 2 spaces away. So AG can research again. She will research on 5. Yes, and now we're at research level 5, and from now on researching will cost 1 supply. That's this turn. So now hidden Zeds appear. RR phase 0. Outbreak on an 8+. We are at 3. Are we at 3? 1, 2, 3. Yes. Consume supplies if 6 civilians are not wounded. Yes. We have 6 on their strong side, so we consume 1 supply. And then at the beginning of the Zeds phase, make a fate draw. I make a fate draw and it says player's choice. Select 1 non-start space on the track occupied by a playing unit and conduct an immediate Zeds attack on the equal column of that combat table. So I think I will choose some guys with a barricade. I will choose the guys on the mountain track. So the hidden Zeds just appear here in Lefty's Pass. They attack, increase infection, they attack on equal, but we have a barricade here, so it's on the 1/2. And they attack with 7. Okay, that's 3 hits for the Zeds, which are actually not there and disappearing in, and 0 Zeds to the civilians. I'm happy with this start. Now we have movement on... Oh, wait a second, we drew a fate card. Zombie Gathering Call. Play this card. It's the Queen, Wilson screams. She's summoning her Zeds. I hear her inside me. He collapses, moaning, clutching his head. Draw another fate card and place a new randomly drawn Zeds unit on any chaos space on that track before performing the fate card's instructions. So we have mountains and we have a newly drawn Zeds unit, unfortunately here, and they are now they went from strength 2 to strength 8. That's a lot. Okay, that was this fate card, and then we have the other fate card, School Bus Repaired. Hold this card, played during the refugees phase to allow a moving refugee unit to move 3 spaces forward. So I will keep this here for later use. Okay, now we have movement in the suburbs. Then we have the strength 5 units, which will meet our well-armed civilians. The increased infection by 1. We have a double, 5 against 2, but we have a barricade, so we're unequal, and they are well-armed, so we're at less than. Let's see how this turns out. Less than on a 6, that looks great. This is 3 hits to the attacker, which flips them over, and they keep this. The 1 hit, and 1 to our well-armed civilians, 1 casualty. So, well, they were close to dying, but they defended Farmingdale University pretty successful. Then we have movement in the tunnel track, which is, we'll start with the Ravages unit in the catacombs. They will not move, they will remain here, and the strength 4 unit will join them. That's it. 2 actions. 2 actions. This can get really mean. 10 against 2. But at the moment, no, I could send Kingman down there. I could set Kingman down there. And I heard you can also build a minefield. I think that's an action. If attacked by unit, you have these, okay, and defensive parameters. 45, build a strong point. Nope. Okay, I guess I'll just move him. For first action, 1, 2, 3, and he can skip the town center because of Major Hernandez. Traffic control 4. So he's getting closer. I hope he'll arrive in time. And that's the first action. For the second action, oh, damn. Okay, backwards. Backwards. I need to get another supply and build a barricade here. That's more important. So first action, I'll forage for supplies in the town center, and we find supplies. And second action, spend the supplies to build a barricade here. Since I didn't roll any dice, I don't have a problem of taking the turn back. That's it. That's the turn. A hero arrives. This is something I like to read. So we have raiders, rangers, refugees. 2 refugees can move. We have only 1 refugee unit. But they move closer to the town center. We have no outbreak. We have consumed supplies on 5. But we have no supplies, so I have to assign a casualty marker here to these civilians. And then we have a lot of movement. We have movement in the forest track. We have movement in the suburbs track. Now I hope these guys will die, because they only have strength 1, they move to Farmingdale University, increase infection, they have 1 against 2, which is 1/2, well armed is 1/3, and barricade. So we are on the 1/3 table, and they roll a 3, another 5 hits, so these guys are more than dead. So this is a really good civilian units. They go back in the bag, and I'm really happy they survived. And next we have movement in the tunnel track. I'm glad we built that barricade. Let's roll for the Ravagers. They will move up there. Increase infection by 1. They are already 1/3. So on 4, they take 5 damage. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, that's cool. So they are dead. Dead Zeds are good Zeds, and dead super Zeds are very good Zeds. Let's see if the strength 4 unit moves. On 4 it remains there. Pretty good. And still have Dr. Matus here, which we have to arrest. Actions. We have 3 actions. At the beginning of your action phase, place 1 available hero unit of your choice in the town center. So I want to have either Sheriff Hunt, because of his leadership ability, he can give us supplies, or someone who gets 2 dice when foraging, which would be someone like Wilson, Pickles, or Mr. Johnson. Johnson is already also pretty cool because he gives 1 supply point and 2 ammo immediately. And not sure. I think I'll go for Sheriff Hunt. He has long range, which could come in very handy. So Hunt will join the team. Let's place him somewhere here. And now, since Hunt is in the team, he can use his leadership ability and tell some civilians to forage in the town center. 3 + 1 for Hernandez, so they find 1 supply. That's great, and then this can be discarded. We have 3 actions. 4 for 1 action. I could start to shoot at these guys. Oh, but we also wanted to rescue these guys. Okay, Sheriff Hunt is in town. He will move 1, 2, 3, 4. And he has long range, so he will... He'd have to take a lot of shots. Yep. He'll take a shot, consume 1 ammo. Not consume, he will use 1 ammo. So he has 5, but it's long range, so he's on 4. He'll shoot at these Zeds. And on a 6, well, that's only 1 damage. And I'll assign it to they go down from 8 to 4, I'll assign it to this unit. And Any other emergencies somewhere? I wouldn't say so. So he will shoot again. Roll higher. The 7 is 2 hits. Another 2 hits to a strength 8 unit. Flips them over to 4. So the mob is at strength 6, which is still deadly for the strength 2 civilians, but we're getting there, hopefully. Next turn. Next turn, Forest Night Assault. I don't want to read this. I don't want to read it. Okay, Raiders, Rangers, Refugees. These refugees move. We have an outbreak on a 9. We are at 7. We consume supplies on a 3 plus. We have 3 plus healthy civilians, so they consume supplies. And then we have movement in the forest space. And this turn, that Zeds units hand-to-hand combat attack rise infection level by 2, and terrain shifts do not apply. But we have Kingmen here. Defensive perimeter. During the Zeds phase, if a Zeds unit moves into a space adjacent to this hero, which is the case, roll a d6. And on a 4, 5, 6, the move is cancelled. Yes, it's cancelled. Great. So, that wasn't that dangerous. Glad we have Kingmen here. Then 2 actions, and as a free action, Hunt uses his leadership and commands the civilians to forage. They find nothing, and then he will shoot again on 4. He will shoot at these sets. How about a 10, 11 or 12? Well, 2 hits. And I'm not a fan of using all the ammo, but if this dies, that would be really great. Yes, I have to do that. So he will shoot again. Again on a 4 table. He rolled a 4, so he misses. Pretty bad. Well, can happen. Then we have the next turn. Local Zeds outbreak. Raiders, Rangers, Refugees. 1 refugee move. Refugees unit move. Outbreak on a 7. Our first outbreak of the game. Infection level goes down to 2, and we have an outbreak in the mountain track. So the outbreak would be on this chaos space, but since this is already full, it moves down to here, so we have another Zeds unit here. And it's the radio station made operational. The Fate card played during the action phase to re-enter removed refugees or the VIP unit onto a random start space. So maybe we will do this just as a reminder. I placed the VIP unit here, and we were at the outbreak phase. Consume supplies, yes, this is bad. I need more supplies. So I'll assign another casualty to these civilians, and yeah. Then we have a lot of movement, and if and when eliminated this turn, each civilians or special civilians unit is replaced by a new randomly drawn Z unit. So hopefully we have no kills this turn. We have movement in the suburbs track, and we have no Zeds in the suburbs track. We have movement in the mountain track. I wish I'd have killed those guys, but Hunt missed them. So they will move up here, increase infection by 1, and it's 6 against 2. 6 is triple, and with the barricade it goes down to greater than 7. This is 1 hit to the Zeds unit, which kills these guys, and 2 hits to the civilians, and the civilians retreat. They retreat 1 further because Hunt is here, and the Zeds move in here, the villagers turn to refugees and retreat 1 space, and the Zeds create chaos here. I see. That was... oh, and these Zeds also move. And then we have movement on the highway track. These Zeds move up here. It's 3 against 3, it's the equal to, but we go to 1/2 because of the barricade. And a 10 doesn't look very good. A 10 on the 1/2. So the Zeds retreat and each gets 2 hits. So they get 2 and the civilians are turned over to strength 2. And even more movement. We have movement in the tunnel track. Let's see if the strength 4 unit moves. It does not move. That's very kind. So we had no eliminated civilians, right? So this doesn't trigger. 2 actions. We need supplies. 2 actions. We need supplies, and actually I'm not sure if civilians can forage in the campground, village, town or town centers. Nope, cannot forage there. So I cannot use Hunt's free action. Looks like... well, looks like we have to search here. Let's forage. Yay, 5 plus 1 for Hernandez. That could be either a supply or an ammo, but we need supplies, so 1 supply. And for the next action, I'm okay here, I'm okay here, okay here. If these strength 2 move down here, he has strength 5, so I think that's okay. So why not use the green diamond security guards? Oh, wait a second, I forgot this one. Play during action phase, so I can still play it. I want to enter the VIPs, and I want to enter them. I have to draw a fate card. Enter them in the forest track, start of the forest track, discard this card, and this card is the Farmingdale Project Dossier. Hold this card, play this card at any time to gain 2 research level when a science hero is in the Dr. Matu's office space. Ooh, that would be great. And for my second action, the green diamond security guards will look for ammunition, and they find ammo. Next turn, great, the National Guard helicopter strike. Rangers, Raiders, Refugees, Triple R, phase, movement 1. Well, let's move the refugees into town center. This increases infection by 1, I think. Yes. And I don't want to equip them right now. I could turn over these guys. It's a strength 3. Well, I can save that for later. And these are strength 3, 2. No, not yet. That was our R-phase outbreak on an 8, no outbreak. Consume supplies on a 7. No, we have 1, 2, 3. Only 1, 2, 3 healthy civilian units. Where is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? And then we have movement in the suburbs track. No Zeds in the suburbs track, but we have movement in the tunnel track. And I will roll for this Zeds unit, and they will stay there. They're those so scared by the green diamond security guards. That's great. Okay, 4 actions. And at the beginning of the action phase, target any one space with the Zeds units, but not in the tunnel track, and apply hits. So I'm thinking of these guys or the strength 7 guys. Okay. I'll drop the bomb, I'll shoot at the National Guard helicopter, shoots at those strength 7 Zeds, and a 2 is 2 hits. Well, better than nothing. And now 4 actions. 4 actions. I want to move Hunt back here so I can have the free forage action. It's just not a good idea to have him up there. But I don't have anyone else to move up there. Schmidt is not very good there, Hernandez is not very good at all, Kingman is up there, he's doing a good job there. So I think Hunt has to stay there. So we will look, forage for supplies in the town center. No. Well, let's do that again. Come on! Still no supplies. I wanted to have supplies to continue the research, but to waste 4 actions is pretty sad. Okay, I'll forage again in the town center. Come on, this time we have supplies. And I'll spend the supplies on AG in the laboratory to research on a 5. How about a double 5? Nope, but 1 5. So we're on research level 5. Okay. Then, next turn. No RRR movement, outbreak on a 9, no outbreak. Consume supplies, yes. Well, we forward 3 times for it, so great. And we have movement on the highway track. Strength 3 against strength 2. Infection is increased by 1. They are on a greater than table. The barricade shifts them down to a less than. 11! Help me! This is 1 hit to the Zeds unit, and it is dead. And 2 hits to the civilians, which are also dead. They wiped each other out, and the villages stay there, the barricade stays there. Well, and then we have research discovery, 3 action points. If a friendly unit ends the action phase in the university space, which is here, we have a friendly unit there, Increase research level by 1. Hey, we're close to the super weapon. So I don't have to do anything here. And still don't know how to handle Hunt. We have to move someone down here. We could move Schmidt down here. Why not? Or we could just wait for the next Zeds unit to appear, because it will appear here anyway. Don't know. Don't know. Okay, no, I move. No, I know I'm not very decided here, but I think I'll move Hunt back to the town center. Yes. 1, 2, 3. And I could even move him somewhere in the 0 districts. 1, 2, 3, 4. So then he could shoot here. So why not move him? No, he can stay right at the town center. Okay, then he'll do his free leadership action, and the civilians have to forage. And they find supplies. That's great. Still not enough to research without the risk of a casualty on a civilian next turn. Yes, and I guess I will move Kingman, or I move Schmidt up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's better in the suburbs and highway track. But maybe he can do something against these sets up here. Okay, I'll move him up there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe not the best decision, but well, I'll find out if it was a good decision or not. Still 1 action left, and for this action I'll forage for some ammunition here. Yay, that's 2 ammunition. 6 is 2 ammunition. Okay, the friendly unit ends the action phase in the university space. Increase research level by 1. Awesome. Next turn we have, I see movement in the mountain track. Ouch! Okay, so the RRR phase, the refugees will move down here, of course, just in case something's happened there. Outbreak on 10 plus, consume supplies on the 7, nothing here. It's a mountain night assault where each hand-to-hand combat attack raises the infection level by 2, and we have no terrain modifiers for friendly units. So, first thing that happens, these unit, the strength 2 movement will move over here. The barricade is removed, and the infection raises by 2, and this is a straight 2 against 4 roll on 1/2. And I think Schmidt doesn't have any specials. On hand-to-hand combat you're allowed to 1 reroll. Aha, okay, let's roll. That's an 11. I think I want to reroll. Come on, that's bad luck. 11 is 2 hits to this unit and they retreat. Back to lefty's pass. And 2 hits to Sheriff Hunt, Deputy Schmidt, sorry. And he can roll for each hit, and on a 4, 5 or 6 the hit is cancelled. So I roll for both hits and only one is cancelled, so he is down to his weak side. No, it wasn't a good decision to send him up there. Okay, and this unit moves up here. That was the Zeds phase. 2 actions and 2 actions. Sheriff Hunt uses his leadership. The civilians forage. They forage and they find supplies. Then I will... Wouldn't it be great to research, get the super weapon, fire at these sets and move them backwards? That's wishful thinking, isn't it? No, I think I move Schmidt back 1, 2, 3 and he'll skip the town center and move here, just in case he's needed down here. And yes, for the next action, I'll do a research action. This costs 1 supply. I already moved this down, and on a 5+, AG will find the super weapon. Yes! Now we have the super weapon. Ta-da! Okay, I'm playing with the new rules. The new rules, just posted some days ago, say that when you want to use the super weapon, it does, in addition to the ammo, it also costs a supply. So let's see how this turns out. These were my 2 actions, and let's go for the next turn. The next turns, where are they all coming from? No RRR movement, outbreak, no. Consume supplies on a 7, no. And at the beginning of the Zeds phase, remove all dead Zeds markers, which is unfortunately this one, oh come on, and that's it. Place a new randomly drawn Zeds unit at the start of space of every track that does not have any units on it. So that will be the suburbs and the highway track. I'll draw for the suburbs track, and we have strength 8 and highway track strength 6. That's gonna hurt sooner or later. And then all Zeds move. I start on the forest track going clockwise. So strength 7 unit moves into St. Thomas, increase infection by 1. This is a greater than unit, and the barricade moves it down to a less than. Oh, wait a second. There's Kingman here, and he still has his ability, the defensive perimeters. They will not move on a 4, 5, 6. Haha, they will not move. Okay, he's better than expected. They don't move. These guys move down here. These guys move up here. Then in the tunnel track, the strength 4 unit, which refused to move for twice, they're still not moving. They're camping in the catacombs, guarding Dr. Matus, and we have movement on the suburbs track. That's all. That's movement. 1 action. And this one action, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want these Zeds to march into Ingeborg. But again, if I send down Sheriff Hunt, I cannot use his leadership ability. But I guess, and we're starting to get here a problem. 8 against 2, that's a lot. They're still well armed, and we might need Hunt here to shoot at them. Difficult choices. And for these guys, I'll wait till they come closer. I think I'm going to fight them here. One, two, three. Maybe Kingman has to move down there. Maybe Kingman has to move down there. Should he place his minefield? Not yet. Okay, I will move Kingman. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. And Sheriff Hunt, with his leadership ability, asks the civilians to forage. They forage and find 3 + 1 for Hernandez, find supplies. And that's the turn. With only one action. Ranger Scout team employs. Yes, my favorites. Rangers, Raiders, Refugees movement 1. Let's see who's in danger. These guys are in danger. The VIPs, I want to move them later when these are gone. So these refugees move along the mountain track. Outbreak on a 10, we are at 9. Consume supplies, yes. And then we have Zeds movement on the suburbs track. And we have movement in the tunnel track. The lazy strength 4 guys, this time, they still stay there. And the green diamonds are just hiding behind the barricade and wonder what's happening here. Action phase, 3 actions. At the beginning of the action phase, make a fate draw and place the rangers on the start of this track, and we immediately receive 4 ammo points. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's great. And the fate card says refugees argue about what to do. They're standing around arguing and they get rotated by 180 degrees. I don't think VIP survivors are no refugees, so these are all we have. And they will not do anything, not move again until I spend 1 action to flip them back. Just as a reminder, don't move them. 3 actions. 3 actions. First, the free action from Sheriff Hunt. Leadership, forage, no supplies. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Kingman will move down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Hunt could move down here, just in case these guys move into farming their university. Yeah, that's okay. He's better in the suburbs track anyway. And let's see if we want to... I will use 1 action to turn this refugee unit